Hi everyone, my name is Abby Jolie. I am a motivational speaker and a life coach. Today we're going to be speaking about the power of failure and why it is awesome to fail. Now you may be asking me, Abby, that's a bold statement. Why are you saying it's awesome to be failing? You're crazy. Now you might say failure is bad, but in my eyes, I've always thought of failure as one of the most beautiful things in life. And I'm going to tell you why failing is so important in life and why we need to understand why failing is such a beautiful thing. So before we jump into this video, I always like to start off with the education portion of this video of educating you on the definition of failing or failure. So the definition by Google of failing is a weakness, especially in character, or a shortcoming. And the definition by Google of failure is a lack of success. A lack of success, failure. So you might ask, Abby, we already know why failing is bad. It's a lack of success. No one wants to be a failure. I'm going to help you in 3 different ways to recognize why failing is so beautiful. Number 1, self-reflection. When we do a lot of self-reflection when we fail, I feel like this is going to help us understand why we are failing on a particular project that we're doing or just in case of a career. For example, you may be in a major that you really think you want to do, and you may think that this is what your life career is and your life path is. However, you may be failing in a certain subject and you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't pass. This is awful. I don't know what I'm going to do. Instead of, beating yourself up because you took the time to study, you took the time to review your notes, you took the time, maybe subconsciously, there's a part of you that doesn't want to strive in there. And you might be like, Abby, that's crazy. But sometimes I do believe that things do happen for reasons and not to beat yourself up. Or sometimes it can be a reflection of not putting enough work into that test or that project or whatever that due date may be. So I think it's a great self-reflection of who you are as a person, of why failing is so important, of what we want to do for our next step in our life. Which concludes us to our next step, which is number 2. It shows us what we really want. So when we fail, it gives us back to the self-reflection of what we want and what we want to do in life. So when you fail, give this the time to understand of what you really want. Write down. If you do write down, I love my personal journal. I love to write everything down. I think it's super important. That's number 1 is to get a journal. I say that in a lot of my videos, but I think it definitely shows us where we want to go in life and what we really want to do. And when you sit down and understand, man, I failed that. Instead of being upset about the failures, let's be successful. Let's be remorseful about, I failed this project and I failed this test, or I failed this job, career, whatever. But now we know how to learn and grow from that situation and grow and be a better person and be a bigger person from it. So I definitely feel like it's definitely something that it shows us what we really want and who we are as people. Step number 3, which is we learn and grow from our failures, which is something I kind of talked briefly in step number 2. But when we learn and grow, we understand as human beings what we want to do next. And when we learn from our actions, it teaches not to repeat the same mistakes subconsciously. You learn subconsciously not to do it again because you learn that didn't work out. So you're going to try something new. So I hope you really learn from this video of why failing is not that scary. And let's take 2024 and let's learn from our failures and rejoice from our failures and self-reflect from our failures rather than being harsh on ourselves, because at the end of the day, you only have yourself to pick yourself back up. And let's stop being hard to ourselves and let's start being kinder to ourselves. And let's remind ourselves that we are enough. Even if we fail, there's still tomorrow for a new day. You can shake it up. I know that's easier said than done, but we can always shake it up, stand back up with our 2 feet, and keep on going. Let me know down in the comments down below what are some of your 2024 goals and what are you learning this year in 2024. I hope you guys really like this video and I will see you in my next one. Take care, guys.